tell you now. They come to my door, they don't let you pass. Down barely one, gonna buy your ass. Yeah, won't let you pass. I'll take it. Woo! Ah, precious sweetheart, woman, all you want is good as it can get. Ah, yeah, blind inspiration, girl, you're sensational, and this gets better, yeah. Ah, yeah, with all your dreams and visions are based on magazines. No, this ain't television, but it's more than it seems. Takers need to give up is what you understand. All I wanna give you, babe, is the best part of a man. Yeah. Let me show you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Van Halen week. So we finally reached Diver Down, the worst David Lee Roth album with Van Halen. I shouldn't say worst, because it's actually the least best. There isn't a bad David Lee Roth album, but this is the closest. Honestly, before I even get to the songs, one very obvious reason why would be because of the number of songs on the album. There's 12, more than any other album. Yes, there was 11 on the first one, but you know, they all work. This one, there's 12 and some strange covers, and you know, before you even listen to the album, you obviously see why it doesn't stack up to the rest of their albums. So the album begins with a cover of the Kinks song, Where Have All the Good Times Gone? Honestly, to me, this is the worst start to a Van Halen album in the David Lee Roth era, because there are much worse ones in the Hagar era, but it's the worst start to a David Lee Roth album. I think, I don't know, the chorus is weak to me. I don't care for it much. Another one I don't like a whole lot is Secrets. It has a nice rhythm and all, but this is a rare case where it isn't really about the chorus. I don't know. Just as a whole, I think there's many other songs that just are better. I think there's just a case where this is good, but a lot of other ones are better. Just doesn't quite, you know. I don't know. No, it's hard to explain. I just don't really like it as much, I guess. This album has 2 instrumentals. Actually 3. This album has 3 instrumentals. You got Cathedral, Intruder, and Little Guitars. The intro to Little Guitars. And I love the intro to Little Guitars. It's Eddie doing a acoustic solo. And it's great. It's quick. It's really short. Shortest song on the album. And it's awesome. I love it. Intruder, however, intro to Pretty Woman, which, again, really weak. It's another one of these what the hell is going on kind of things. I don't know what the heck they were doing with Intruder and Sunday night afternoon in the park. I feel like they were on drugs at the time. I really do. When they came up with these weird instrumentals. I don't care for this one, just like I didn't care for Sunday afternoon in the park. However, Cathedral again, I'm not quite too sure what's going on with this one, but very good instrumental. Best in Spanish Fly. And then Little Guitars is also right there with it. When you first listen, then you'll get to Cathedral first, and that's the best instrumental since Spanish Fly. Very good. I love Cathedral. It's slow again, but very good. And you also have a song here called Hang 'Em High, which is the second song off the album. And to me, it's one of the 2 worst Van Halen songs in the David Lee Roth era. I don't like it at all. it's just everything. The verses, the chorus, none of it is good to me. Again, nobody's perfect. They're not gonna have every song that's amazing. I mean, there's gonna be some duds here and there, and that's the case with Tangamai. I just don't care for it. Now, this album is full of covers. I mean, you have Pretty Woman, which, the Roy Orbison song. Interesting choice, and they do it well. I like Van Halen's covers. They put their own spin on it, and it's never bad. They never do bad covers. I mean, they're Van Halen. They're just covering great songs over time, and Pretty Woman's a good one. It's probably the best cover on the album, possibly. Started to choose between this and another one on here. You also have Dancing in the Street. They do a good job. I kind of laugh when I start hearing it every time because it's not quite the same as Dance the Night Away. That's more regular Van Halen like. But this is just so weird. I kind of find myself laughing when I hear it because it's just so odd and poppy and strange, yet it is good. I would just like to know who decided to pick this one as a song of them to cover. If I had to just kind of guess, I would say Dave came up with this one. I don't know. Just very strange choice of cover. And they still managed to do it justice. They still do a good cover of it, of course, but just a weird choice. We also have two other covers on here. The last song off the album is Happy Trails. And honestly, it's just a song to laugh, folks. It's just to make you laugh. It's just an ending song. They're just kind of stuck in there. 1 minute, it's silliness. I enjoy it. I didn't used to listen to it because it was just like, yeah, I didn't care for much. But, it's just fun stuff. It's a great ending. I listen to it all the time now whenever I listen to the album and stuff. So it's a great ending. You also have Big Bad Bill. Which is, once again, right there with Could There Be Magic and stuff like that. A very odd, different song. Now, I really love this song. It's one of my favorites off the album. Because it's so different. Once again, they go off the beaten path a little bit. They go and do something a little different. And, it's awesome. I really love it. And something interesting about this song that maybe some of you don't know is that Eddie and Alex's father, Jan Van Halen, played clarinet on this song. He has a solo and everything, and it's just awesome. I really love this song. But yeah, after all those, when we get past those, there's only 2 songs left. We have Little Guitars and The Full Bug. The Full Bug is kind of like Ice Cream Man. It starts off a little slow, and then boom, it just kicks in with this awesome second half. It's got a really great chorus. I love the chorus on the song. Solo is awesome. Riff's awesome. Just vintage Van Halen right there. And then Little Guitars. Little Guitars is an interesting one to me. I love the rhythm. I love the riff. The chorus is kind of lacking a little bit. This is a song that really had to grow on me because, that chorus just it's not one of my favorites. But it's not quite bad. It's just something, I don't know. Sometimes I listen to it when I'm liking the chorus. Sometimes I listen to it and I don't really care for it as much. So it's just very odd. I don't know. It's just not one of my absolute favorites, but it is a decent chorus, alright chorus. But it's really the verses that make up for it. Very catchy, especially the first and third verse. When you first start out, and then after the solo towards the end, there's a verse they're just both very catchy. And then it ends with like the solo outro, and it's just awesome. I love that. The song definitely had to grow on me, but now it's one of my favorites off the album. in the end, Diver Down is the worst that David Lee Roth ever got. You know, I feel like if they would have just took off a few of these songs, this could rank up there with some of the other records, but fortunately they padded it with stuff like Intruder and Hang 'em High and Where Have All the Good Times Gone. Honestly, if you got rid of those three and maybe put the Full Bug first and kind of switched around the orders just a little bit to make it work, this could have been a very good album again. But unfortunately, it's just, at least the first half. The first 5 songs, they have 3 that are just, they're just not that good at all. And that's unfortunate because the second half is really good with the covers and the, little guitar and Big Bad Bill and the Full Bug. But the end, the last 5 are just a great stretch of songs by them. And, as a whole, it's an alright album. It's a decent album. Could have been better. But, we have what we have. And, if I'm talking about songs I would say to skip Hang 'em High and Intruder. Now the standouts for this album, I would have to say, are Pretty Woman, Little Guitars, Big Bad Bill, and the Full Bug. It's quite a lot of standouts, but the album as a whole, it's decent. Not great. In the end, I would give Diver Down a 7 out of 10. It's starting to verges on mediocre. Has a few bad songs, but certainly still enough good songs on here to recommend this album. It's definitely the weakest of the David Lee Roth era albums. But yeah, there's plenty to like. So that's my review of Diver Down. We have 1 album left, folks. 1. And just 2 days. 2 days. 2, folks. 2. Still a different kind of truth. Which, by the way, I must say I've already read a few reviews of, and they are overwhelmingly positive. So that's good to hear. Even though we've heard some snippets off the album and some of them haven't quite sounded all that great, you can't really get your full opinion about it until you hear the whole album. So, for all the people out there who are worried, just wait until you hear the whole album first. Sometimes the first single is just not good, or sometimes they don't play the right preview for a song, just like the bad parts or something. I don't know, but yeah, so far the reviews have been overwhelmingly positive, so that's good to hear. So yeah, tomorrow, final David Lee Roth album. Be here. Rock on.